Good morning, 2-3. So you are about to take your comparing and contrasting test, and I am going to go through it with you. So as always, the first thing is to type your first and last name. Then the first question is, what does the word compare mean? It is worth 3 points because this is something we have done every day with our hand signals and the clapping. So as long as you're doing that, we should all get this right. Number 2, what does the word contrast mean? Again, it's worth 3 points because we do it every day together. Number 3 says, is this word a compare word or a contrast word? The word both. Does that mean compare or contrast? And you just choose like this. Number 4, is this word a compare word or a contrast word? However. So is the word however used to compare or contrast? Okay, again, these two words, both and however, we have used a lot, especially in our Jamboards. So you should know if we used it to compare or contrast. Number 5, you need to read this, which I will read for you, and then you're going to answer the question, how are a raincoat and umbrella both alike? A raincoat is a very helpful thing to have when it's raining. Raincoats are usually made of plastic and designed to repel water, which means push water away, not absorb it. If you don't have a raincoat, you could also use an umbrella to stay dry, but then you won't have your hands free to carry anything else. Which item would you pick to keep dry in a storm? So again, using this, you're going to decide how are a raincoat and umbrella both alike, and you're going to choose one of these answers. Number 6, we're going to read this, and then you're going to answer the question. Skateboarding is a popular summer hobby for many kids. However, rollerblades, which are these, can be a safer choice when starting out because they attach to your feet, unlike the skateboard. You could also choose to ride a bike, which might be the safest option of all since bicycles have brakes to help you slow down or stop. So your question is, how are bikes or bicycles, same thing, just different way of saying it, and rollerblades different? So how are bikes and rollerblades different? You're going to choose which one of these shows how they're different based on what we read. Now, the last couple questions are all based off of the same passages, dogs and cats. I will not be reading this to you. You will be reading this to yourself. Okay, we had a lot of practice with this all week where we read 2 different passages and answered questions. So again, it will be the same ones that you're going to see for each question, okay, but just different questions. So you're going to be doing the reading part. I will just be reading the questions. So number 7 says, how are the dogs and cats' texts the same? They are explaining why an animal is the best pet. They are explaining why cats make the best pet. They are explaining why dogs make the best pet. They are not the same. Number 8, what would be a good title for both texts? Okay, and then you're going to look at your choices and choose which would be the best title for both of them. Number 9, which text describes an animal as being easier to take care of? Just like we did in class, you have to look in the text carefully and find these words and the text that it's under. Number 10, which text describes an animal as being easy to train? Again, find these words in the text. Number 11, how are the texts dogs and cats different? Please choose 2 differences. So again, like we've done in class this week, this has 2 answers. That's why now you see the check boxes because you need to choose 2 answers of how dogs and cats are different. Number 12, which sentence compares a dog and a cat? So out of these 3 sentences, which one compares them? Look for a key word. And number 13, which sentence contrasts a dog and a cat? Again, look at the 3 sentences and see which one is contrasting and look for a key word. And that is it. Remember, do not just click submit right away. Go back, look over your work, make sure you're confident. Just check everything over carefully. This is not a race. Take your time and try your best. When you're done, then that's when you submit. Take your time and you will do great.